Hello everyone! Yes, we all recognize this face. Nicol Bolas, the Archenemy. It is, by now it's the biggest villain of Magic the Gathering. And the Gatewatch is trying to kill him. And as we speak, Hour of Devastation has yet to be released. There have been some cards spoiled now, and there even has been a complete sheet of rares and mythics of Ixalan that's being leaked. So yes, but I won't be bothering you guys with that, because now we are going to open up Archenemy Nicol Bolas. And just look at the box. It's I have heard many people say that this just looked like a board game, and well, yeah, you can see it here as well. 2 to 4 players, 30 plus minutes, and ages 13 and up. Right, back of the box, the well-known picture, the very first picture that has been spoiled of the box was this one. So we knew there were 3 Planeswalker decks and a Nicol Bolas deck. Let's just open it up and see what we get. And remember, these are all fixed. There's no randomness in here. There. Some cardboard to start off with. Right, so we have another one of these twist counters, these commander counters. Very handy. I really like these. Now I have 5 of these. Awesome. And we have what is this? It's a booklet. We'll take a look at this a little bit later. We have the decks. Put them aside as well. We have the Scheme deck and the Nicol Bolas deck. An empty box, we'll get rid of that, because we need the space. And in the little cardboard envelope, there were deck boxes. Fold your own deck box, for each his own. And what I've heard from the internet, these can contain a fully sleeved deck. So that is pretty neat. And you can sleeve the deck, put them in these boxes, put that in the big box, and just keep it on the shelf if you want to play it. Very nice. And you won't be damaging your cards. Well, that's very important, isn't it? Right, first things first. Let's take a look at the Nicol Bolas deck, because he is the star of our game here. Nicol Bolas, Planeswalker. This was the card originally printed in Conflux, reprinted in one of the core sets. I believe M13, I don't know for sure. And we had another reprint in Ajani versus Nicol Bolas. So this is our 4th copy. Nice. So it is 8 mana, 4 colorless, and 4 of a combination of blue, black, and red. And it starts off with 5 loyalty. His plus 3 abilities: destroy target non-creature permanent, -2, gain control of target creature, and -9. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker deals 7 damage to target player. That player discards 7 cards, then sacrifices 7 permanents. Alright. Yeah. The card is cool, but it was never considered good enough for standard or even modern, I guess. These days no one plays it except for Commander. So, what's in his deck? We have the Archfiend of Depravity, Icefall Regent, Prognostic Sphinx, Harvester of Souls, Sphinx of Jawar Isle, Deathbringer Regent, Overseer of the Damned, a Blood Tyrant, Dreadbore, very good, very cool card. For 2 mana, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Nice. Cruel Ultimatum with the Nicol Bolas art. Sudden Demise, a Dragon Skull Summit, Drowned Catacomb, Nightscape Familiar, 2 times, Baleful Strix, 2 Vampire Nighthawks, 2 Flametongue Kavus. We have 2 Bone Pickers. That's nice. I only had 2, so now I have a playset. And hey, take a look at that. These have the Amonkhet symbol, not the symbol for the Nicol Bolas set. Huh. Alright, so that means that all the cards from Amonkhet, yeah, this one as well, have their own symbol. Cinder Barons, Crumbling Necropolis, ×4, nice. Grixis Panorama, 2 times the Highland Lake, Submerged Boneyard. We have some islands, swamps, and mountains. Then we get 2 Lightning Bolts. Nice. It's been a while since we've seen a reprint for Lightning Bolt. It's been way too long. And I have a feeling that it's going to be released in Hour of Devastation as an invocation. But that's just my guess. Lightning Bolt. Talisman of Dominance and a Talisman of Indulgence. This is the first time these things have been reprinted so far. So that's good. We needed those. 2 Doomblades. 2 Obelisk of Grixis, 2 Reckless Spite, we have a Soul Ransom, Extract from Darkness, and we have a Slave of Bolas. Now, as you can see, these are just 60 card decks. This is of course different than Commander, in which you can have several copies of a card, 4 to be precise. So that's the main deck. Now then, let's take a look at his second deck, the Scheme deck. And this is a set of cards that's unique for this format. And judging from the back, you can mix them up with the other existing Archenemy cards. So let's see what we have. Because I have willed it. It's an ongoing scheme, so it remains face up until it's abandoned. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and at the beginning of your opponent's end step, if they cast 4 or more spells this turn, abandon this scheme. Alright, makes things cheaper for you. Very cool. Behold my grandeur. It's just a regular scheme. When you set this scheme in motion, add 3 mana to your mana pool, and that's blue, black and red. When you set this scheme in motion, if you control 6 or more lands, you may search your library for a card with converted mana cost 6 or greater, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Bow to my command! An ongoing scheme as well. As you set this scheme in motion, choose an opponent. Creatures the chosen player controls can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. And at the beginning of your opponent's end step, they may tap any number of untapped creatures they control with total power 8 or greater. If they do, abandon this scheme. And as you can see, all the art here is based on Amonkhet, because that's where we are in the story. And that is the plane for Nicol Bolas. Choose your demise. Just a regular scheme. When you set this scheme in motion, look at the top 4 cards of your library and separate them into a face down pile and a face up pile. An opponent chooses one of those piles. Put the cards in that pile into your hand, and the rest and on the bottom of your library in any order. So it's basically a semi-random fact or fiction. Very cool. Delight in the Hunt. Now we have seen these guys, these huge insect guys, in the trailer for Hour of Devastation. I'm really wondering what these are. A scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, create a 3/3 black horror creature token. Well, that explains that. And prevent all damage that would be dealt to creatures you control this turn. Nice. Every dream a nightmare. Also a regular scheme. When you set this scheme in motion, each opponent discards a card. You draw a card for each land card discarded this way. We have for each of you a gift. When you set this scheme in motion, for each opponent, create a 3/3 black horror creature token that attacks that player each combat if able. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. No evil. When you set this scheme in motion until your next turn, up to one target opponent can't attack with creatures, up to one target opponent can't cast creature spells, and up to one target opponent can't cast non-creature spells. You can't choose any player as a target more than once. Right, oh, this is awesome. This is really an awesome card. I like this one. Make yourself useful. When you set this scheme in motion, destroy target creature an opponent controls. If a creature is destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness. The mighty will fall. When you set this scheme in motion, choose an opponent with the highest life total among your opponents. That player loses 7 life. Nice. Just imagine flipping this over on your first turn. And remember, you can flip over a scheme every single turn. So every turn, something happens. Wow. My forces are innumerable. It's an ongoing scheme, and at the beginning of your end step, create a 3/3 black horror creature token. At the beginning of your opponent's end step, they may sacrifice 2 creatures. If they do, abandon this scheme. Alright. My laughter echoes. Also an ongoing scheme. Whenever you set a non-ongoing scheme in motion, you may abandon this scheme. If you do, set that scheme in motion again. So you can copy a scheme. Very handy. No one will hear your cries. When you set this scheme in motion, each opponent chooses a creature he or she controls, then sacrifices the rest. Ho ho ho. Pay tribute to me. When you set this scheme in motion, each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control 6 or more lands, each opponent sacrifices another creature. Power without equal. When you set this scheme in motion, draw 3 cards. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. If you control 6 or more lands, you may cast up to 3 non-land cards from your hand without paying their mana costs. Wow. That's wow. 3 cards, 3 non-land cards. That's really nice. A reckoning approaches. Yes. There we have it. The second sun is aligned with the horns of Bolas. Alright, when you set this scheme in motion, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. There is no refuge. When you set the scheme in motion, it deals 3 damage to up to 1 target creature and create a 3/3 black horror creature token. Sweet. This world belongs to me. When you set this scheme in motion, draw 2 cards. You may play an additional land this turn. What's yours is now mine. When you set this scheme in motion, gain control of target creature an opponent controls and untap it. And this card looks exactly like the art, the Slave of Bolas. Here you can see. It's just the same. Silly. Right. And finally, when will you learn? When you set this scheme in motion, each opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. You may cast any number of non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. Wow, so you can just steal their cards, as it were. I like this. I'm going to play this deck real soon. Next up, Gideon, the Gideon deck, Gideon Jura. He was first printed in Rise of the Eldrazi, later on reprinted as well in one of the core sets, and now we have one for this set. So we have 3 copies, if I'm correct. So that's 5 mana for 6 loyalty, plus 2 ability during target opponent's next turn. Creatures that player controls attack Gideon Jura if able. And it's -2. Destroy target tapped creature. And for 0, until end of turn, Gideon Jura becomes a 6/6 human soldier creature that's still a planeswalker. Prevents all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. That's a little bit of his evergreen ability. except in a different form each time. So what does he have in his deck? It's a mono-white deck, as we can tell, well, by his color, of course. Grand Abolisher, which is an excellent card. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Real good against blue. Precinct Captain, Mentor of the Meek, Fiendslayer Paladin, Odric, the Master Tactician, Lightwielder Paladin, Aegis Angel. We have a Sun Titan, yet another one. Now I have 7 of these. It's really insane. Anointer of Champions, ×2. Doomed Traveler. Gideon's Lawkeeper, ×2. Fencing Ace. Youthful Knight. Those Who Serve, ×2. 2 Vizier of Deferment. 2 Aerial Responders, and they have the Nicol Bolas Archenemy sign symbol, not unlike the Amonkhet cards. And this is a pretty recent card as well. Flicker Wisp, Sparring Mummy, Relief Captain, ×2. Expedition Raptor, ×2. Then we have some planes, of course. And as we can see here, this one is not from Amonkhet, and as you can see, the art is different as well. Yeah, and this is what's going to happen when the suns will align very soon. As you can see, it's almost there. And here it is there. So you can see it over here, the difference between the two. Here it's all nice and shiny. Here it's all barren, destroyed. The obelisks are down, and yeah, and we'll see that in more basic land art. So those are the planes. Grasp of the Pyromaster. We have 2 Moment of Heroisms. We have 2 Shoulder to Shoulders, and we have 2 Excoriate. Right, that's from Gideon's deck. Next up, we have Nissa, the Worldwaker. I believe she was reprinted in... was it one of the core sets? I believe so. I didn't actually have this one yet, so yeah, that's pretty cool. She's 5 mana for 3 loyalty. Her +1 ability, target land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with trample. It's still a land. Her +1 ability, untap up to 4 target forests. And -7, search your library for any number of basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Those lands become 4/4 elemental creatures with trample. They're still lands. So for -7 you can filter your deck for all the forests and just put them into play. That's just crazy. Very, very crazy. So, mono green, as expected. What does she have? Scootmop, Forgotten Ancient, Thragtusk, Oran-Reef Hydra, Rampaging Ballots, Sword of the Animist, Hunter's Prowess, Initiate's Companion, 2 Fertilid, 1 Reckless Scholar. Oh right, because she is now also blue. I was like, this is mono green, right? But yeah, of course, she's blue now as well. So we have a blue card, Reckless Scholar. 2 Turn Timber Basilisks, 2 Windrider Eels, Woodborne Behemoth, Scaled Behemoth, Greater Sandworm. We have 4 Woodland Streams. Then we have some forests. And as we can see here, again, a difference. Regular forest and the very same art, but destroyed. So... and the same goes for the islands. Look at that, it's all red. The Laksa River has turned red. Very, very cool. I like those small details. Sixth Sense, Vines of the Recluse, 2 times Explore, an Eeyore Ruin Expedition, 2 Vision Skeins, 2 Colony Heart Expeditions, Cultivate, Retreat to Kazandu, 2 Compulsive Research. We have Press the Advantage, Vastwood Zendikon, 2 Sylvan Bounties. That's it for Nissa, her deck. Now we only have 1 deck left. Chandra, the Pyromaster. This was also a card originally in one of the core sets, and now we have a reprint. I believe this makes 3 as well. Not counting, of course, the convention promos, because those are expensive as hell. Right, 4 mana for 4 loyalty. Her +1 ability, Chandra Pyromaster, deals 1 damage to target creature and 1 damage to up to 1 target creature that player controls. That creature can't block this turn. 0 ability, exile the top card of your library, you may play it this turn. And -7, exile the top 10 cards of your library, choose an instant or sorcery card exiled this way and copy it 3 times. You may cast the copies without paying their mana costs. That's pretty cool. And right, this time no surprises. Chandra is still mono red, unlike Nissa, who had a surprise color in there. This is probably all mono red. We have a Grim Lavamancer, excellent card. Chandra's Phoenix, Dual Caster Mage, Obsidian Fireheart, Torchling, Inferno Titan, the Avatar of Fury, Pathmaker Initiate ×2. We have 2 Stormblood Berserkers, 3 Blood Ogres. We have a Gutter Snipe, Battle Rattle Shaman, 2 Gorehorn Minotaurs, Skargan Firebird, 2 Smoldering Spires. And then we go to the mountains yet again. Let's see here. This is the very first one, and here is the ruined version. Nice. Yeah, okay, so I missed the swamp, so we have to go back to Nicol Bolas' deck to check the swamp art out. We have Coordinated Assault, 2 Hammer Hands, a Brute Strength, 2 Searing Spears, 2 Tormenting Voice, 2 Chandra's Outrage, Limits of Solidarity, 2 times Fiery Fall, and 2 times Volcanic Geyser. Right now for the art for the swamp. Oh, let's not destroy Chandra yet. Right, alright, this is the swamp. You can hardly tell the difference because the swamp is already pretty messed up. But yeah, you can see a little bite out of the pyramid over here. So yeah, there we have it. Those are the changes. Right, we have a package of tokens as well. Cool. Maybe there are some new tokens in here. Some that we didn't see before. I don't know. Spirit token, beast token, another beast tokens. Horror, this is probably a new one. One of the horror tokens. The many horror tokens. And they are double-faced. So we have zombies and we have soldiers. Right. That's that. Then what more did we have? Right, we had one more thingy. A little booklet. Probably with some information about the background story. Right, the time of the God Pharaoh is nigh. Ho, ho, ho. And then we have a little bit of the setup. Winning the game. Multiplayer rules, playing as Nicol Bolas, strategy tips, and playing as the Gatewatch and strategy tips. Right then, so what does the story say about Nicol Bolas? Ooh, let's just take a look. As the 2 sons of Amonkhet line, Nicol Bolas descends upon the plane. Millennia ago, the elder dragon planeswalker conquered and rebuilt the plane to serve his mysterious ambitions. Now at last these plans have come to fruition, and the mighty Bolas returns to reap what he has sown and destroy whatever remains. Before him stand 3 defiant planeswalkers, the Battle Mage Gideon Jura, the Pyromancer Chandra Nalaar, and the Animist Nissa Revane. As members of the Gatewatch, these heroes have all pledged to defend the multiverse from those who would threaten it. But they now face one of the most devious and destructive beings the multiverse has ever known. Will Bolas and his ruthless schemes defeat these would-be saviors? The fate of Amonkhet lies in your hands. Right. So there you have it. The Archenemy Nicol Bolas. I really can't wait to play this. And yeah. See you guys next time. Yeah, when I will open up some more Commander stuff. Yeah, see you all. Bye-bye.